One last problem should do it. Okay, so you know what this figure is? This is a trapezoid. You might think that it doesn't look that much like a trapezoid, but it does because look at this. And of course, we still have a circle, which we're gonna work for the angles of sectors later on. But I will show you what to do later with that, okay? For now, let's prioritize muna the trapezoid. So for the sake of the trapezoid, remember, we have it's an isosceles trapezoid. There's one that measures 118 degrees, and then the other one must also measure 118 degrees. Now, this part here measures 5 cm. And this part here measures 6 cm. Check ko kung tama. Let's see. Wait lang muna ah. Get my ruler first. Yan, 5 cm yan. Tapos yung hypotenuse ay 6 cm. Tama ba yun? Yes, one is 6 cm. Then the other one must also measure 6 cm din. Okay? So now let's solve for the So now let's solve. But wait, before that, we do not know what's the measure of the long base. But we don't have enough information yet. Kasi nga, diba remember, this is 6 cm, this also 6 cm, this is 5 cm. What about the top base? Yun talaga yung kulang. But don't worry, remember just like what I've said, we can still play the game of SOH CAH TOA to help us. Paano yun? Ganito kasi yung itsura. Diba remember ito yung drawing, diba? This is the drawing of our trapezoid. We have 5 cm here, we have 6 cm here, we have another 6 cm here. So diba remember this is 118 degrees, diba? So if we draw a right angle here, this could make a right triangle, diba? So kung right angle to, tapos, diba remember if we apply the complementary rule, 118 minus 90 equals 28. So this one should be 28. Then 90, and then what's the remnant here? 62. Or if you like, you can do this. 118 plus 118 plus 2x is equivalent to 360. Diba 118 becomes 236, diba? And then it's equivalent to 360. Subtracting both sides of the equation, you should get, this is 124. 124 divided by 2, hence x becomes 62 degrees. Okay? So 62 degrees yan. Now, with that matter, we can still play SOH CAH TOA. Paano? Ganito kasi yun. To draw the triangle, diba ganito yung triangle mo, diba? This is 62 degrees, 28 degrees, and this is the right angle. Tama? And then, this one is 6 centimeters. We do not know how to get the height. But good news, we can apply all the functions that we learned to help us. Like, if we need to involve the hypotenuse, let's start with this one. So, labeling your triangles, diba remember what we have here? This is what you call your hypotenuse. Yes, the one in orange ink represents the hypotenuse. Then the one in blue represents your opposite. Depende kung saan galing yung angle mo. Either here or dito. Let's say, halimbawa, kung ginamit mo yung 28 degrees, ito yung opposite mo. Tama? Tapos, yung naka-yellow, o yung naka-pink naman ay yung adjacent. Yan. So now we can already have the formula. So let's try the 28 degrees. Let's solve for the adjacent first. To solve for the adjacent, we use the cosine. So therefore, it goes like this. The cosine of 28 is equivalent to adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is 6. Tama? Now, put this in our calculator. We should get, diba remember ang ginawa namin? Multiply both sides by 6. So therefore, it's the cosine of 28 times 6. What did we get? We should get 5.3 as our answer. Yan. So that's the adjacent. So 5.3 yan. So 5.3 ay yung height. Okay? So the measure of the height is 5.3 cm. Now to get the hypotenuse, we can play the game. Now to get the opposite, we can play the Pythagorean theorem that will help us. Pwede tayo mag-Pythagorean theorem. So, di ba remember, 6 squared is 36. So, the square root of 36 minus 5.3 squared. Tama? So, yan. So, our answer is 2.81 or 2.8. So, therefore, that's the measure of our adjacent. Our adjacent should measure 2.8. 2.81. Yan. So, that should be our answer. Now, if we are gonna play, let's say naman, let's play tangent. Diba remember, ito yung opposite, tapos ito yung adjacent. So, tan of 28, ganito yung formula. Tan 28 is equivalent to opposite. Diba remember, opposite, we don't know. Over adjacent. Tama? Adjacent. So, yan. Or which we call the A. Tama? Which is 5.3. So, therefore, multiplying both sides by 5.3, therefore, it goes like this. Tan of 28, hanapin mo yung walang inverse ha, times 5.3. Tama, you still get the same, 2.81. So, now going back to our equation, so this is supposed to be measuring 2.81. Where's my pencil na kaya? Ayan. 2.81, 5.3. Okay? Now, we need to get the measure of the long base. So, 2.81 times 2, this is going to be like this, diba? 2, 6, 5.62. That's 5 becomes 10.62. So, therefore, that's the measure of our long base. Alright? Now, to solve for the perimeter, it's very easy. 6 plus 5 plus 6, 17. 17 plus 10, 20.62. So, therefore, the perimeter is 20.62 cm. Okay? Now, to solve for the area. To solve for the area, mabilis lang yun. Base, add the two bases, then times the height. So, 10.62 plus 5. That becomes 15.62 times 5.3. I'll do it na lang in a calculator para mas mabilis. So, di ba remember 15.62, di ba? Times 5.3 becomes 87.786. Divide by 2, yun ang sagot. 41.393. So, therefore, the area is 41.393 square cm. Or cm squared. Yun.